Talk. My name's Brennan. I'm here with Brian from 30-06. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing fantastic, Brennan. Nice to be on here today.
So let's talk a little bit about how you got in, how the band came together. How did you guys all meet? Who's all in the band? This first.
Well, it's myself. I play bass and vocals. My guitar player, Kyle Ray Sluss, he does vocals as well, and then we have our drummer, Alex Pekorski. And they're all great. I mean, they're great guys. Great guys. Kyle was in the band first. He's been doing this for about 5 years now. And I joined up, it would have been about March of 2018 is when I joined up with him. And it was totally different lineup. And it was, you know, just playing in the basement, you know, driving his parents crazy, driving the neighbors crazy. I mean, we had the neighbors actually like bitching to his dad about us. Ooh. Is how loud we were getting. So we, you know, jumped back and forth between different, you know, drummers' houses into different, you know, we were in a little bit, somewhat some other guy's project for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then when we came back to it, we were like, man, we really need to find, all we need is one good drummer. Yeah. Alex Pekorski. Lands in our laps.
How'd you find Alex?
Bandmix. Do you know what Bandmix is? Bandmix is like Tinder, but for musicians. Nice. I swear to God. You got a band? Well, here's what we're looking for. We got, you know, or I play whatever. You know, you can list all the instruments.
Could you build a whole band on Bandmix?
I'm pretty sure that's how our band was built.
I could build a band.
You could build a band on Bandmix.
And manage that band. Like a, interesting.
You could do it.
Interesting. Build.
And I mean, and even it'll even say like, what's your commitment level? You know, I love the guys that are on there like, I've been playing for 25 years, commitment level 10. Like, my man, you're 40, you're not going anywhere.
Oh, so it's on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think so. I don't know. I never used it. Okay. I found it because my mom told me.
What was Alex's commitment level?
It was high. I think it just goes like low, medium, high.
Okay.
Like you know, very, you know, wants to do this as a career, or you know, just
it was low. Please don't contact me.
Yeah.
Please, and he's like, fine, I'll do it.
Yeah, basically. Okay. But he was. I mean, he had like one video up of him, and it was from some. It was like his jazz band performance from high school.
Like an app on the phone? Or
yeah.
Yeah. Shit? Okay.
Yeah, and you can. And yeah, I swear this guy he's got one thing on there. It was a video of him with his high school jazz band, and we're watching him do this tall, gangly guy. If you go on our Instagram or our Facebook or anything, you'll see what he looks like. He's tall and weird looking, and he doesn't look like he belongs in a rock and roll band. He looks like he's like a rejected Weezer member or something. But man, he really pounds the fuck out of those drums, I tell you.
It's kind of like I'm picturing Whiplash right now. That's all I'm thinking about. You said jazz drummer.
Yeah, I mean, he was his high school jazz band, you know. Yeah. And that's the good thing about him is he knows his shit, you know what I mean?
So how long have you known the other members of the band?
So yeah, Kyle I met in 2018, so that's going on about 3 years. Okay. And then Alex we met a year later, around about May, I want to say.
These are all fresh relationships.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. I mean, basically for the last going on now a couple years. It's just been there they are. Here we are. Yeah, just about 2 years. We've been just playing as many shows as we can and working on, you know, we've got 3 records or something crazy of material that's just written, ready to go. And we're just, all right, you know.
Like I said, I've been, when Horn sent me music, I have Apple Music, so I got the 2 songs. But The Enemy, then I love that one. I mean, I listen to that a few times a week.
Yeah, I mean, and that song is already like at least a year old. I think over a year now. It's like a year and a half old now.
That's a great one.
And we've just been, you know, we stage tested it. And it's the Hot Rock now. We used to be called the Ritz down at 10 Mile and Hoover. Okay. And that was, you know, we've played about 4 or 5 shows there, and every single one has just been better than the last. You know, and every time that it was great because it's close enough to get people there, you know. Yeah. And when you want to stage test a lot of these songs, it's good to have people that you like know who they are. Yeah. And they can tell you, oh, I liked that one, I didn't like that one. You know what I mean?
So tell me a little about stage testing. You know, like is that just kind of see how the crowd reacts?
Yeah, essentially.
Or how you can play, or how you, I guess, physically play it.
Yeah, I mean, because essentially what we do when we write a song, we'll all come in. You know, I'll have this part written or that part written, and we'll all kind of group write it together and figure out, you know, typically it'll be we each write our own parts. You know what I mean? So if there's a little embellishment that I do somewhere, I wrote that myself usually, you know. and it just kind of flies through that way. And then, over every week we play the songs, over and over and over again. And then little things that you did once that you liked a lot, they stay there.
Yeah.
And then after a while, the song starts to feel like more complete. There's all those little touches. And then when you're going on stage to show everybody, you can tell when something works or when something doesn't. You know what I mean? When people are really, really feeling it, or when they're like, "All right, get the hell off," And
definitely. Do you record it? I guess for the record after the stage testing.
Yeah. A lot of the songs that are going to be on this record that we're currently in the mixing stages of, it's called One in the Chamber.
Nice.
And it's we got 12 songs on there, so these two plus 10 more. And these songs, some of them date back. I mean, there's one that goes back to 2017, before I was even in the band, that Kyle was working on. Just
is it the same version of it, or have you redone it with now that you're in it?
The bones of the song have remained the same.
Okay.
But again, those little embellishments of where Alex will do something or I'll do something, they changed a bit. Whenever anybody else kind of would join up, or like when we replace a drummer or something, the feel of the song changes.
Yeah, definitely.
The time, the clock is different in that.
Mm-hmm. How has COVID affected the I guess your performing and stage all this stuff?
Well, we went from having about a show every month or so to one show since COVID hit. Yep. But, the good thing is that we've been able to take that time to put kind of all of our effort into making the record.
Yeah.
It gives us an excuse like, oh, we can't play. Let's really sit down, make this record. Because, we all have jobs. And,
it gives you something else to focus on.
Exactly. So we can sit down and really, because when you meet once a week, you can either practice or you can record. And you don't have much options elsewhere, So... But, we've been able to really take the time and say, okay, because this record was supposed to come out about a year ago, but we were with a label that wasn't quite. It was a small-time label. They weren't quite what we thought they were going to be, and they ended up canceling a lot on us, and we didn't have a whole lot to show for all the work we'd put in. So we said, you know what, screw you guys. And we just decided to do it kind of DIY style with a friend of ours that has their own... set up in their basement.
How's that going?
It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Honest to God, I mean, you'd be surprised at just how good. I mean, you said you listened to the songs.
No, I love it.
That's all in a basement, and you'd be surprised.
It sounds great.
Yeah, no, I was very surprised at just how. Because there's a couple other groups around here that have worked with. It's I forget how to pronounce the last name. I'm so sorry. Lillian Pro, Proulx.
That sounds like
Pro. I'll get corrected about it later. Don't worry.
It's not Proulx, is it?
I don't know. Proulx. But and she's great. She's great. Really, really has an ear for the kind of thing, and has really been willing to work with us. I was able to look at her and say, "Listen, I want this record to sound like it came out in 1979," and she goes, "Okay." Not, get out of my studio, you fucking asshole.
Nice. So she's got have experience.
And also just fun to hang around. A good atmosphere.
Yeah, you gotta want to work with them. You want to be around them.
She insists everybody call her Nana because that's just the kind of atmosphere. All
right.
Come for the recording session.
Stay for Nana.
Session. Stay for the food.
So how many? What was your, I guess, band history before 30-06? How were you kind of jumping around?
Not too much. I started playing when I was about 14, and I put a lot of time into it, and I jammed with a few guys, but we could never find a drummer who was either up to snuff or would show up to practices or anything. So I had a number of projects that kind of tried and failed, but I had learned. I knew what I was doing. To a degree of, I know songs, I can play covers, I can do this. But until I started playing with 30-06, that was the first time I'd been in a room with a drummer that could actually jam.
Would you say
basically my first band, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
For all intents and purposes.
Awesome. So this is obviously a great experience then.
Oh yeah. Basically, as soon as I got involved with them, it was just like, okay,
And how exactly did you hear about? Did you hear about 30-06 through the band meetup or?
So funny story. I was in college I was doing a year at Macomb, and I wanted to be a novelist. And I thought, and my mother kept writing me to get a job, and I thought, it's a great job, bass player. So I looked up bass player thinking I could get something. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was 18 and stupid and high, and I went through and I Googled bass player jobs, and the first one that popped up was for 30-06. I messaged him, and he hit me back up, and 3 years later, and I still have yet to make a single dime.
That sounds.
But
I thought film school was going to lead to money eventually.
Yeah, no, we all. That's what they say. Become an artist, little Johnny. You'll get out there and make tons of money, and everyone will love you.
Well, I think they told us when was it? They told us midway, just past midway. I want to say whether there's just so you know, this kind of sucks. This is different.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Wait a second, what?
You talk to people, because everyone thinks, you play in a band, it's all parties and shows and groupies, and it's like, no, it's playing the same part 37 times until you get it right, because you can get it just a little bit better than that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, trust me. Don't do it. Don't do it, kids. Stay home. Don't join a band.
Don't join any
school.
Band, even the school band. Were you in the school band?
No. That's why no one would jam with me. They all thought I was shit because I wasn't in the school band.
Interesting. So you were shunned because you avoided the school band.
Yeah. Yeah, no. They all thought they were cool for some reason.
Can you believe that? It's because they get varsity jackets. At least at my school they did. Did you get varsity jackets at your school?
Oh, I don't. Yes? Thank you. That's why I'm glad Jacob's here. He remembers.
Which is fine, but I did gym class. I should have gotten a varsity jacket at least.
Yeah, no. I went outside and smoked behind the dugout every single day of my high school career. Where's my varsity jacket,
That's
huh?
a consistency that you won't find among many high school students,
Yeah.
You definitely deserve at least some type of letter for that. Maybe a giant
W. Yeah, no, a big
W.
Big S for stoner.
Ooh, even better. Even better. So you went to Lance Cruz North?
Yes, I did.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I went to Anchor Bay. It's not any better.
Yeah, no. But at least your school looks like a giant anchor.
It does, although you can't tell when you're in it.
Yeah, I drove past it and I said, "Is that what that's supposed to be?"
It's a lot of they can't heat the whole thing. It's very cold. It's usually dark because they don't have all the lights on because it's so many lights.
It just seems like such a waste
of
for somebody
go through
to
pockets of shadows.
It feels like somebody they gave some old alumni who became an architect. They were like, "Hey, you can design the school." And he's like, "I'm going to take as much fucking money from this state as I can."
He did. No, he did. And my grandfather, before he died, he would tell me all the time that he would have, and because he was a builder, he's like, "I would have never approved that school," which I don't know why he would be in that position, but he's like, "I would never approve that school because it is when you walk, it is just a very high ceiling. It looks really nice. It's almost like a mall.
Yeah,
honestly, it's like a little mall that's a mall of sadness."
Well, and how many kids actually go there?
2,000.
Yeah, so it's the same as mine. Why did you guys get a fancy ass fucking?
Oh yeah, we are. And then
look at this piece of art that I get to go to school in, and
they got a big glass ceiling, I think, and then they have how many fields do they have? They have 3 or 4 baseball fields, a couple soccer fields just on the grounds, a couple tennis courts, 1 or 2 football fields, maybe 3 because there's 2 practice football fields and a football field.
See, no, the middle school didn't even have a football field. They had to share. The high school and the middle school had to share because if we were practicing some kind of, we were using the gym class doing football, they'd have the high school would have the actual field.
Yeah.
And then we just get some grass that they painted over.
See, our middle school even but we had 2 middle schools and they both had their own field, and one of the middle schools even had an aquatic center. With an Olympic size. I actually went to a pretty good school now that I think about it.
So what the fuck does that even mean?
This man bitches. This man, if you hear him bitch about his school and he's lying,
I just didn't like.
We were lucky. We were lucky if we got bread in a given day.
I just didn't like.
We used to walk there 5 miles there and back uphill in the snow, both ways.
It's a poorly positioned school. Who designed such a route to and from school?
At least it wasn't an anchor.
That's true. The anchor brought us. The anchor it brought us all down. It was a metaphor. At least that was for me. I don't know.
Oh hell.
But no, now that I think about it, that was true nice. And then they had obviously had a Bass Pro, but they actually kind of have 2 basketball courts.
They had a Bass Pro Shop.
They had a Bass Pro Shop, and they actually did have a little shop. In the
MJR,
school.
It was crazy.
We had a little shop. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm describing Lakeside Mall. Hold on a second.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not even at the right location. I didn't even go to school.
There's
What the fuck was I doing?
I was homeschooled.
yeah. There was this bitch that ran my home room. She'd say, "Get up, clean your room, and do the dishes."
So
And
I
I'd
wanna
say,
do
"Fuck
te-
you, Mom."
I said, I want to do teacher.
I failed. I didn't pass high school.
I tried asking the teacher for a class and terrified. Ay.
Have you ever seen that magic movie 43?
I have not seen movie
Okay.
43. I've seen a lot from the guys who made movie 43.
Yeah, everyone shits on this movie, and partially rightfully so. Partially because there's two versions of it, and there's one version where because it's all like it's like just a bunch of like one-off skits with a bunch of like well-known actors.
Yeah.
But like woven between the skits is like a little story of how they're coming about the skits. There's two versions of it. One is, which is the one I saw, which I love, is just like It's Dennis Quaid in Greg Kinnear's office trying to like pitch him movie ideas, and each one's obviously worse and worse. And then there's another version where it's like three teenage kids like on the dark web. It's weird. It's not as makes it seem more dumb than the dumb movie already is. But there's a scene, there's a bit where it's what is that motherfucker's name? He's like he was in. Have you seen the?
Are you talking about Richard Gere?
No. It was in the Bobby Fischer movie. You know the one with Tobey Maguire? Anyone know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Fucking.
Sorry, buddy. You lost.
Okay, what is this guy's? I'm trying to think of this guy's name. He was in
You figured
the
out.
Manchurian Candidate, I believe. I think he was in that.
Next.
Son of a bitch.
Next.
He was in The Omen. Did anyone see The Omen from 2006?
Next.
From 2006, you didn't even pick The Good Omen.
I'm trying here.
Brother?
Who?
Macaulay Culkin's brother?
No, not him. Son of a bitch. I gotta figure out this
Just
guy's
look it
name.
up on your phone. That's why we all have it.
Okay. hold on.
Jamie, could you bring that up for us?
This is why.
I'd pull it up, but I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Exactly. I know. I'm trying to think now. I know. I gave. I know his name too. Like I finally learned his name. I'm so mad. I'm so mad that I.
You guys are going to cut this out, right?
Nope.
You got to cut this out of my...
Why would we? Why,
My
this is-
time.
this
We're
is
just going to make
perfect.
Brennan look bad. That's all.
This is perfect. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna
Perfect.
find this. God damn it! What is his name?
Perfect banter.
You know what? I'm gonna stop finding it because I've already forgot what the point I was gonna make about him was.
Doesn't even matter.
All right, we need a reboot. New topic, go.
There's,
New
there's
topic.
something
Go.
on,
Alrighty.
on the
So,
TV behind
did you see Stolen Souls? What is the Stolen? Oh, this now is this your project?
That's
you're currently working on?
that's the album cover for the single, not the actual album.
Oh, you know, I was getting because from this angle it's red.
Oh
So
yeah.
I was like, wait, is this a different one? I was like,
Oh
the one
yeah,
I
no,
remember is
that's
orange.
the one. That's the one.
It's got red tint.
It was actually some. It was Josh Brockett who has done some editing
Shout out
for
to Josh
Jacob
Brockett.
Harn, and he
Shout out to Neutrals.
and shout out to Neutrals as well. We did some music for that. But he designed that a while back as just kind of like a concept art when
Yeah.
we were putting out feelers for the logo, which was designed by Jake O'Brien. You know him.
Oh yes, Jacob.
Yeah.
Bryan. Wait, this logo or
It's the top one. It's the top one. The one that says the name of the band.
yeah.
The one that's on the shirt.
Pardon me. Okay, sweet. Oh, O'Brien.
Oh
and
yeah,
Brockett.
no.
Sweet.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You got all the Jakes.
Yeah, we got tons of Jakes. I know too many damn Jakes.
We had a lot of Jakes in our. I think we had was it 4 or 5
4 or
Jakes? that we
5,
had?
yeah.
5 Jakes. We had 5 Jakes in a class of like 20 people, 30 people.
That's what we
Quarter
call
of the
too
fucking
fucking
class
many.
were
1/6 of every person was, every man, woman, child was a Jake.
1 out of 6 were Jakes.
You could just guess Jake, and you had a statistically you were gonna.
If you forgot the kid's name, you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting it right. Just call him Jake. It'll be fine.
Jake, yes. I
damn.
knew it. I know, but then we still had we still had a teacher. We had I guess we had 2 females who were the same age, and one teacher couldn't get them right. Even though
Of course
hired,
not.
even when he hired one of them specifically for like projects on the side, I was like, you pay her. You pay her. You don't even pay. You've never even spoken to the other one. And you can't even get the name right.
That's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, I guess you put too many Jakes in a room. That's
Once
It's on
you
you.
add 5 Jakes, there's no all the rules for learning names They go out the window.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. There was like some kids I went to school with when I was in elementary school. They must have moved away, but it was triplets, and they all looked the exact same, and they were color coded. Each one, because it was
Wait, they color code themselves?
I assume the parents did it, because like one would be in pink, one would be in green, one would be in blue, and I swear they did it just to make it easier. They would. Like,
I hope so.
Hell, all right. We'll just assign them a color; it'll be fine.
Hopefully, what if they like decide like midway like they, they don't like, maybe I don't like green, I'd rather have yellow, and then like they switch, and you're like, fuck, I forgot that they switched.
Quite frankly, if I had triplets, I'd give 2 of them away.
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't be that, it wouldn't. You wouldn't even. It could be a nice experiment too. You could find out like how that
if I had identical triplets, I'd give them each like, all right, here's the control group. You get a normal life. You get anything you've ever wanted. You get nothing.
Okay.
And then we'll just figure out what happened. My wife is in the audience and giving me a look that
she's contemplating.
Giving me a look that I would.
This sounds like something that needs to be worked out with the doctor.
Yes. You go ahead and talk to the doctor, and we'll figure it out.
So let me ask you this quick question. You've been following, I guess, some of the Elon Musk stuff. Have you followed any of the Neuralink with the brain chip?
I've got a general idea of what he's trying to do.
Would you put the brain chip in you?
God, no.
No?
God, no.
No.
No, I wouldn't even.
There's no curiosity.
It's just hell no. Listen, I don't even like putting the phone next to my ear. Okay. Could you imagine? They say you put the thing into your ear or next to your ear, and then you get brain cancer, right? It gives people brain tumors.
I've heard rumor, but
I've heard the same thing. Girls who don't have pockets, they stick their phone in their bras, and they get breast cancer that way.
Really?
There's been studies that have linked.
Yeah, I had a cousin. And I was just like.
The big thing with
especially in the summer, I was like, "Can you not do that?"
Well, why would you want to push yourself, that much more? Because, in a way, all right, you're already a machine. All right, you've got fuel, you've got motor, you've got got your heart constantly doing things. You know what you're supposed to do. The body works on its own. There's a reason why you don't have to think about healing a bruise or something, right?
Yeah.
So why would you want to add more in there that's not necessary? Well, if it now I understand having like if you got an arm amputated and you want to get like a hook or a prosthetic or something, all right, now that makes sense. You're trying to reclaim what you already had lost, but when you're just trying to add for the sake of adding.
See, I think there's 2 versions he's gonna. I think he's starting off with it's just to help people. Like I think the idea is to help people with problem who have lost sight, hearing, or I think eventually it's going to be motor skills. Then eventually he wants to move it to where it's like it's synced with your phone.
Yeah, no, but so it's synced with your phone now.
Kind of like you're on the internet now.
Well, yeah, but then all right, so
you are the internet.
Think about this now. You ever had your social media account get hacked? They send a big message virus to everybody.
I've looked at porn before. Yes, is that what you're asking me?
Well, no, I'm talking about an actual they break into whatever you've
I've
got.
Had just where they send like
there's identity theft. I mean, imagine you get identity theft from your phone or a computer. Imagine the identity theft from a chip in your fucking brain, in your prefrontal cortex.
What if someone took your identity and then started like almost like talking through you like a robot?
Hell, what if the damn thing just shorts out?
I guess that's also.
What if the damn thing just shorts out one day and you got the defective unit? Now you're just sitting there, we're having a conversation, then zap and done, fall on the ground.
Have that though with the regular brain,
but they already have certain things like that. But that's God's choice.
We leave it to God, not Elon Musk.
Yeah, no. Elon Musk is close to God, but he's not God.
I mean, I think when he hits $1 trillion, and goes to Mars, I think then. We can at least give him that he gets to choose life and death.
I mean, he can choose life. I mean, I can choose life and death.
No, I mean for everyone. We'll put him.
Give me enough time.
We'll put him in charge.
Fucking, man. It's the same thing of like they tell you, they're talking about trying to, what is it? They're trying to like back up your consciousness.
Yeah, no, I'm sketched out about that. I'm
My question is. Everyone always says, "Oh, I wish I could live forever. Wish I could live forever." What the hell are you gonna do forever?
Yeah. I think here's why they say that. It's not that what they're going to do. It's what everyone else is going to do. You know, I want to live forever because they're gonna invent some cool shit.
Oh, I don't
I'm not
give a
gonna do anything worth a damn.
I don't give a
But
shit
like,
about
I want to
anybody
see
else.
what cool stuff happens.
Oh no, man! I've got almost 22 years on this God's green earth, and I wish I'd had a 22 less.
Oh damn!
It's
damn.
a damn.
Would you have preferred Mars? If you went to Mars, you think you'd enjoy yourself more? Or you think
I don't understand why I don't understand why everyone's got such a hard on for Mars.
Just because it's close.
Venus is closer.
Is it? But it's too hot.
Yeah, okay, but think about it this way, right? Mars is about half the size of Earth. It's got about half the gravitational pull. You've got about
I thought
what?
it was bigger.
No, Mars is only Mars is half the size of Earth and only has half of the only has half the and that's why its atmosphere is much thinner as well. Essentially, Venus is just Earth with a runaway greenhouse effect. That's all it is.
Is Venus the one that people think? Didn't they just find life in one of the atmospheres?
They could probably find.
I think they found bacteria in one of the atmospheres. Was it Venus or what was the other one that's close in that direction?
Mercury?
No, it was Venus then.
Yeah, because
It was
Mercury
definitely
would
Venus.
have. Yeah, no, it would have to be Venus. Well, Venus, because the thing about it is, above the clouds of sulfuric acid, which sounds pretty terrible.
dope.
You know, take
Pretty
your
awesome.
vacation on Venus in the clouds of
I
sulfuric
haven't
acid.
taken a vacation in a while, so that sounds nice.
At least it's
The
fucking
sandy
warm.
beaches of
I mean,
Venus.
yeah, I mean, and again, it's just, I mean, yeah, it's hot as hell there, but at least if you got above the clouds where the carbon dioxide is or I think it's monoxide down there. It's not as no, it is dioxide. It is dioxide. Carbon dioxide is not as prevalent. Mm-hmm. Essentially, because oxygen's already lighter than carbon dioxide, if you were to inflate some balloons with some like algae or something and put them above that, the oxygen would keep those afloat. And it could keep an entire city afloat while recycling the carbon dioxide and pumping out oxygen and terraforming the planet, all on a planet that is about 9/10 the size of Earth.
Ooh,
So why is no one talking about that?
that sounds awesome.
I don't work for NASA. I don't have a college degree, but yet here I am.
We should make
On Booth Talk
what if we made a
with Brennan Bauer.
What if 30-6 made a song about this plan?
I'll write a whole fucking 30-minute rock opera about it.
I would.
And we landed on Venus. You know, no,
That'd
we'd
be
have to.
amazing.
We'd have to.
That would be amazing. That'd
We
be
would
amazing.
absolutely have
So
to.
let's say we're running out of time, but let's say you did this rock opera. Where could people find this rock opera along with all your other music?
Spotify, Apple Music. We're on, I believe, SoundCloud as well. YouTube. You can use our songs in your favorite TikToks for you TikTok creators out there. Anywhere where music is listened to, generally, you can find us. So you can buy the record on iTunes. You can listen to it on Apple Music, and Spotify is kind of the big three. And then I think we're on Napster.
Ooh, nice.
Like we got a whole ton. We got a ton. We're on everything. We're on fucking everything. So
Rhapsody?
please, probably. I don't know. I'd have to check DistroKid again, but yeah, probably. So check us out. 30-6, One in the Chamber, out as soon as we can get it finished. I am Dr. Frankenstein from 30-6, and this has been a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, Brian. We're gonna definitely do this again when the album comes out.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And you got a spare chair. I might even bring an extra.
We'll do that.
Not a member of the band, just a friend of mine.
Even better. Even better. Definitely. Get another perspective. All right. Well, thanks for coming.
All
on.
right. Yeah. Thank you
This
very
was
much
Blue
for
Talk,
having me.
everyone. I'll see you next week.